Guys, so I am back and I am going to talk about some things that I have talked about in the past, but since it's been a while and I have new subscribers and people are new to the community and are looking for new babies, I just want to go back over a few things. But first I need to turn on this TV because I feel like I'm yelling, so hang on. All right, let's talk about like finding a new baby. So first thing is you need to know if you have a preference on open or closed-eyed babies. For me, when I first started, I thought I wanted a open-eyed baby because I did not like sleepers. I just thought that I needed an open-eyed baby because it made it look more awake and alive, of course, and et cetera, et cetera. But then as I got a little bit into it, well, I saw London, and which she is no longer with me, and she had closed eyes, but she looked so real in her pictures on eBay. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll try it. But anyway, lots of short stories in between there, but let's just keep it to the basics. Basically, I end up with a sleeper, and then I also had an open-eye baby. And I have learned over time that I do like both, but everybody have their preference. I do happen to have more sleepers than open-eye babies because I find it easier to take sleepers out and about on outings for reaction videos. But I have taken my open-eye babies out for reactions as well. So, and I like open-eye babies are more, I think, like for my daytime videos, seem like a lot of fun. So you want to find out first what you like. And as far as scopes, do you like open hands or closed hands? Do you like separate toes or together toes? Do you like big babies, small babies? So anyway, once you kind of get an idea of what you're looking for, I say browse through eBay pictures and Google different kits and see different versions of it. And then you need to decide if you want to do a custom or you want to buy it now, baby. And if you're new and you're looking for a custom, I say the best thing to do is to kind of observe the artist for a while. Look at some, not just the work that's on their page, but look at work from some collectors that have their babies and see how happy they are with their babies and see, just kind of get a feel of, to know what kind of experience they had and stuff with the artists. There are a lot of great, talented artists that has great customer service, but there's also a lot of artists out here that have great talent, but sucky customer service. You know how you go and buy something and you feel great about it after you got it. You're like, yay, I got this. This is, yay, I got a deal, or I got, this at a good price. I feel good. It's worth it. Or how you buy something and then you're like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have paid my money for that. Well, that's how some artists are. Some artists make you feel great, feel like it was worth it in the end, and some make you feel like you should just kick yourself. So don't be so quick to jump into things. That is just my advice. And I'm just trying to think of some of the things that I, when I was new to collecting, some of the things that I wish I had known or whatever. Also, find out what things are more important to you. If you're really like into the rooting and stuff like that, you definitely want to kind of get more close-up pictures and stuff like that. You want to ask questions. You want to ask the artist questions like, what's your policy if something is wrong with the baby? If I get this reborn and the hair fall out or the paint chip or something, do you stand by your work? Of course they may say yes, but you can kind of read between the lines. Some artists will be short, patient with you, don't feel like they want to be bothered, they don't want to answer your questions. Then you might not want to deal with that particular artist because if they don't have time for you before you spend your money, after you spend your money, they definitely probably won't want to be bothered. That is not always the case, but a lot of times it is. So, yeah, but definitely ask, a lot of questions ahead of time before you give your money, before you do your deposit. Ask for, if you're buying a baby, ask for close-up pictures. And eBay, oh gosh, be very, very careful on eBay. However, I can say this, as a buyer, you have a lot more protection on eBay than sellers. So you can always file a claim if you get a baby and it's not as described. But you just to save yourself the trouble of all that bad experience. If look at their feedback. Look at their feedback as a seller. Look at their feedback as a buyer. But mostly look at their feedback as a seller. And also, if they don't have that much feedback, kind of see if if they have a YouTube channel or an Facebook page so that you can kind of look a little bit further. Research these artists, research these babies, these sculpts, these kids, and be sure that, you're making the right decision, because this is a huge investment. Whether you're spending $300, $600, $1,000, or whatever, it is a very, very huge investment. And mostly 90% of the artists says they have a no refund policy. I have found that some of them will still do it, but some of them are very strict and will stick to it. So you want to be very careful before you go into, your purchase, and you want it to be a good experience. So on eBay, I say if the artist is an unknown artist or seller that you're not familiar with and you're feeling a little iffy about it, better safe than sorry. Ask for a safety pick. Tell them to put a particular name, their name, and the date on the picture with the baby. That way you know that they have it in their possession. And that's the same as if you're buying from Facebook or, YouTube, etc. Just take the extra steps so that you can kind of save yourself some hassle in the long run. Me and a few of my collector friends have ran into quite a bit of scammers lately. Two in particular, but I've seen quite a bit on the scammer page. But for my own eyes, we have actually caught up with two on eBay. One is particularly just changing their names and not sure if they have the baby or not. The other is using other people's baby pictures and trying to sell it for money on Etsy, and it's not there. They don't even have the baby in their possession. It's actually another collector's baby that still has that baby. So just, you just got to be careful. But definitely don't feel afraid to ask questions. Now, some collectors are not going to give you any true feedback or response because a lot of people don't know how to handle it. If you come to me and ask me a question and say, hey, how was your experience with, so-and-so artist? And I say, well, they were really nice, but the baby sucked, That's not for you to go back and tell the artist, oh, yeah, she said their baby sucked. And, it's for you to help you with, to save you the hassle. But that is one of the reasons why a lot of collectors will not share their bad experiences, because they don't want to be in the middle of drama or, confusion when they're trying to help you out. So if you do that, people are not going to tell you, anymore, help you. So, but it's good. You can kind of tell, I think, for the most part, if someone's really happy with, their customer service or the way their baby, when they got it, So, yeah, feel free to ask questions by people that have collected from the artist that you are looking at. So, and don't be fooled into thinking that the more you spend, the better off you are, because you can spend top dollar and still end up with not so great of a baby. So that's not always the case. Just, I say do a lot of research, do your homework, ask questions, ask the artist a lot of questions, ask other, collectors, hey, do you know anything about so and so and so? Sometimes if you're on Facebook, just zoom through the scammers pages. I know sometimes people go on there and call people scammers when, it's not factual, but a lot of times in the scammer groups, they make them prove their case. So it'd be a lot of information there, and you can kind of, gather your own opinion on what you think. So, yeah, you definitely, if you take a little glance at that and you see somebody's name on the list, it definitely can save you a couple $100. So, yeah, just trying to think. What else? Oh, be sure to ask the artist, what are they using to weight the babies? Are they using, the most common thing is either polyfill and glass beads, or polyfill or poly pellets or whatever. I don't like poly pellets, honestly. I prefer glass beads and polyfill. But definitely ask that. And also ask if you want a magnet in the baby for a pacifier. Ask if there's a magnet included if it's not listed, or if you don't want it in there, ask for it to be removed or whatever. So yeah, just make sure you ask. So you ask what you're getting. If you're particular about hair, ask if it's human hair or mohair. And if you're doing a custom, be sure to be very specific in what you're looking for, what you want, and ask these questions before you, do a deposit. Like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do, whatever you're looking for, so that you don't end up being disappointed. I mean, still room for disappointment with customs because you don't know until after it is done. But I just want to get back into some of these discussions here and, get back to the basics of different things. My next topic, I will be talking about some other things. So stay tuned. And, yeah, I'm going to try to just talk about some of the things that I used to talk about in the beginning of my videos, and getting back to being me. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any requests, please PM me or leave it in the comment below. Thank you. See you later.